Ever wondered how to get an H-1B visa? Today, we'll be diving into the world of H-1B visas, a special work permit designed for individuals who wish to work in the United States in a specialized field. If a job in the land of opportunity is calling your name, then this visa might be just the ticket you need. So, grab a notepad and prepare to take some notes because, in this video, we will walk you through the process of obtaining an H-1B visa. First things first, are you eligible for an H-1B visa? This is the pivotal question that you need to answer to embark on your journey towards an H-1B visa. The eligibility for an H-1B visa is primarily based on your job and education qualifications. Let's delve into these a bit deeper. To start with, you need to have a specialized occupation. These are jobs in fields such as IT, engineering, mathematics, medicine, and more. Essentially, your role should require the application of a body of highly specialized knowledge. Next, your educational qualifications come into play. You should have at least a bachelor's degree or its equivalent in the specific field related to your specialized occupation. Sometimes work experience can also be considered as a substitute for the degree. For example, 3 years of specialized work experience might be equivalent to 1 year of college. Now let's talk about the role of the employer. The employer plays a crucial part in the H-1B visa process. The company or organization you plan to work for should be ready and willing to sponsor your H-1B visa. This means they are prepared to file the necessary paperwork and pay the associated fees on your behalf. In a nutshell, eligibility for an H-1B visa hinges on a specialized job, the right educational qualifications, and a supportive employer. Once you find out you are eligible, you are ready to take the next step. So you are eligible. What's the next step? Now, we move into the application process for the H-1B visa, the crucial stage where careful preparation and attention to detail can make all the difference. The first step involves gathering all the necessary documents. This typically includes diplomas, transcripts, a resume, job offer letter, and a detailed description of your job duties, among other things. These documents prove both your qualifications and the legitimacy of your job offer. Next comes a significant portion of the process, the Labor Condition Application, or LCA. This is a document that your employer must file with the Department of Labor. The LCA contains important details about your job, including your wages, working conditions, and the location of your employment. It's a way for the government to ensure you'll be treated fairly and paid properly once you're working in the United States. Before filing the LCA, however, your employer must first complete a process known as the prevailing wage determination. This involves determining the average wage for your job in the specific area you'll be working. This is done to ensure that your salary meets or exceeds this average, protecting both you and the domestic workforce. Once the prevailing wage determination is complete, your employer can then file the LCA. The Department of Labor usually takes about 7 days to process this application. Once it's approved, your employer can then proceed to file your H-1B visa petition with the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. This petition will include the approved LCA, your job offer letter, and all your supporting documents. It's important to note that your employer is the one who files this petition, not you. This is because the H-1B is a work visa, and therefore the job offer and the desire to hire you must come from a U.S. employer. And with that, your application is in the hands of the immigration authorities. After your employer files your application, it's time to wait. Patience is key in this process, as it can take several months for your petition to be reviewed. Let's move on to what happens next in our upcoming scenes. Now, let's talk about the lottery system. Ever wondered why it's called a lottery system? Well, it's because it operates on chance, much like a lottery. However, it's not all about luck. The H-1B visa lottery system is a method employed by the U.S. government to allocate H-1B visas when the demand exceeds the supply. The H-1B visa cap is set at $65,000 annually for those with a bachelor's degree or its equivalent, and an additional $20,000 for those with a master's degree or higher from a U.S. institution. When the number of applicants exceeds these limits, the lottery system kicks in. So how does this work? Picture it like a giant virtual hat. All H-1B petitions are thrown into this hat. The first draw is for the $20,000 master's cap. If your petition isn't selected, don't worry. It's then added to the hat for the second draw, the general pool of $65,000. Now you may be wondering, what are my chances? Well, it varies from year to year. It's influenced by the number of applicants and the cap limits. In recent years, the odds have been roughly 1 in 3. But remember, these are just chances. They're not guarantees. It's also important to know that the lottery system is completely randomized and computer-generated. There's no human bias or influence. So whether you're a software engineer from India or a graphic designer from Canada, you have an equal shot in the lottery. And remember, being selected in the lottery doesn't guarantee you an H1B visa, it just means you've cleared the first hurdle. The selected petitions still need to be approved by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. If you are selected in the lottery, you move on to the next phase. So fingers crossed, and may the odds be in your favor. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more information on H1B visas and other immigration topics. Scene script. Congratulations! You've been selected in the lottery. What's next? Well, you've cleared the initial hurdle, but there's more to come. Now that you've been selected in the H1B lottery, your application moves on to the next stage, the review process. This is where the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, will scrutinize your application in detail. They will look at your qualifications, your job offer, and your employer's credentials. It's crucial that everything is in order because any discrepancies could lead to a denial of your visa. During this time, USCIS may request for additional documentation. This could be anything from further proof of your educational qualifications to more in-depth details about your job offer. It's essential that you provide these documents promptly and accurately. This process can take a few weeks to several months, so patience is key. We know the waiting can be nerve-wracking, but remember, being selected in the lottery is already a significant achievement. Finally, the day will come when you receive the decision. If your application is approved, rejoice. You've reached the end of a long and arduous journey, but if it's denied, don't lose heart. There may be other routes for you to explore. Once you receive your visa approval, you are ready to start your journey in the US. And remember, each step of the way, you're building towards that dream of making a life in the land of opportunity. So, that's the process of obtaining an H1B visa. We've walked through eligibility, application, the lottery system, and what happens post-lottery. Yes, it can appear daunting, but remember, with the right information and ample preparation, you can navigate this process successfully. Keep in mind that knowledge is power, and every step taken is a stride towards your dream. We hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more informative content like this.